The Quiet Power of the Princess Royal, a study in contrast between duty and celebrity. In an era where royal titles are increasingly treated as commodities, brand names to be leveraged for global recognition and commercial gain, a recent gesture by a senior member of the British monarchy has sparked a profound conversation about the true nature of nobility. As the House of Windsor navigates the choppy waters of modern media and internal strife, a distinct dichotomy has emerged between two royal women, the Duchess of Sussex, Meghan Markle, and the Princess Royal, Princess Anne. This divide was recently thrown into sharp relief not by a televised interview or a tell-all memoir, but by a simple piece of cardstock, a Christmas card that critics and admirers alike are calling a masterclass in dignity and understated elegance. The backdrop to this story is the ongoing, often painful saga of the rift within the royal family. For years, the public has watched the widening chasm between Prince Harry and Meghan Markle and the institution they left behind. It is a narrative defined by explosive accusations, Netflix documentaries, and a relentless stream of media appearances. Amidst this cacophony of grievances and public relations battles, Princess Anne has remained a stoic figure, occupying a unique position as the sister of King Charles III and a woman who has dedicated her life to the service of the crown. Princess Anne has long been viewed as the unwavering anchor of the family. Since the tragic death of Princess Diana, she has maintained a protective watch over her nephews, William and Harry. She is known for her no-nonsense attitude and a work ethic that frequently sees her named the hardest working member of the royal family, often logging more official engagements annually than the monarch. Even in the wake of the Sussexes' acrimonious departure to California, Anne maintained a characteristic silence. She offered no public rebukes and engaged in no media wars, she simply continued her work. It is telling that even in Prince Harry's controversial memoir, Spare, a book that leveled heavy criticism at his brother, father, and stepmother, Princess Anne was largely spared. Her authenticity and dedication seem to command a level of deference that even the most rebellious family members cannot ignore. However, the arrival of the festive season brought with it a subtle but powerful statement that highlighted the philosophical distance between the Princess Royal and the Duchess of Sussex. The catalyst was Princess Anne's official Christmas card. In the world of royalty, these annual greetings are scrutinized for symbolism, and this year's offering from Anne was rich with meaning, predominantly found in what was missing. The image selected for the card was devoid of airbrushed glamour or staged perfection. Instead, it featured a candid photograph taken the previous May, showing Princess Anne and her husband, Sir Timothy Lawrence, visiting Sark in the Channel Islands. The couple is pictured traveling by horse-drawn carriage, a nod to the princess's lifelong passion for equestrianism and a symbol of traditional British heritage. It is a working photograph, capturing a moment of duty rather than vanity. Yet, the true significance lay beneath the image. Below the printed greeting wishing the recipient a happy and peaceful Christmas, sat a handwritten signature, from Anne and Tim. There were no flourishes, no insistence on rank, and a complete absence of official titles. The card did not identify her as Her Royal Highness the Princess Royal, nor did it list her military honors or her place in the line of succession. By stripping away the pomp and circumstance, Anne and her husband presented themselves simply as two people extending warm wishes. To the casual observer, this might appear to be a trivial detail. However, within the rigid framework of royal protocol, it is a significant choice. It suggests a confidence in identity that does not require constant reinforcement through labels. This less is more approach drew immediate and sharp comparisons to the strategy employed by Meghan Markle since her move to the United States. Critics of the Duchess of Sussex have frequently pointed out the paradox of her public branding. While Meghan and Harry stepped back from official duties to pursue a private life and distance themselves from the institutional constraints of the monarchy, they have clung tightly to their royal titles. The Duchess of Sussex has become an omnipresent brand, plastered across children's books, podcast covers, and credit sequences for television productions. To detractors, this looks like an attempt to monetize a connection to an institution she has publicly disparaged. The title is utilized as a key to open doors in Hollywood, a logo for a commercial empire rather than a designation of service. The contrast presented by Princess Anne's card is stark. On one side, there is the perception of a celebrity culture where titles are used to generate prestige and profit. On the other, there is the Princess Royal, a woman royal by blood and birth, who feels no need to remind her friends and colleagues of her status. Anne's approach is rooted in the old guard philosophy of the monarchy: never complain, never explain, and serve without expectation of applause. By dropping the titles in her personal correspondence, she ironically enhances her regal standing. She demonstrates that she is approachable, grounded, and secure. Her actions suggest that true respect is earned through decades of action, not demanded through the insistence on a label. Furthermore, the card highlights the role of Sir Timothy Lawrence. Much like his wife, he has operated with quiet dignity, supporting and without seeking the limelight or causing scandal. The signature, Anne and Tim, reflects a partnership that is solid, unpretentious, and devoid of the drama that has characterized other corners of the family. The public reception to this gesture has been overwhelmingly positive. Social media and commentary sections have been filled with praise for the Princess Royal's class and down-to-earth nature. For many, Anne represents the ideal of what the monarchy should be in the 21st century, a life of service where the individual is secondary to the duty. The image of the horse-drawn carriage in Sark evokes a sense of timeless stability, a slow, steady pace that stands in opposition to the frenetic, high-speed media cycle inhabited by the Sussexes. This incident serves as a refreshing palate cleanser for royal watchers fatigued by months of headlines dominated by feuds and docu-dramas. It brings into focus a fundamental question about the definition of modern royalty. Is it a brand to be managed and monetized, a platform for personal expression and grievance? Or is it a vocation, a lifetime of obligation where the title is merely a tool to facilitate charity and service? Princess Anne's Christmas card offers a clear answer to that question. It serves as a reminder that one does not need to shout to be heard, nor does one need to plaster a title on a screen to be respected. In a world where royal status is increasingly treated like a Hollywood commodity, the Princess Royal has delivered a silent masterclass in humility. She has shown that the most powerful statement a royal can make is to simply be themselves, dedicated, hardworking, and secure enough to sign off simply as Anne. Ultimately, this tale of two royal women and their differing approaches to their stations reveals a deep cultural divide. Meghan Markle's path reflects a modern, Americanized interpretation of fame and influence, where the title is a personal asset. Princess Anne's path reflects a traditional, constitutionally minded interpretation of royalty, where the title is a burden of service to be worn lightly or set aside when appropriate. As the monarchy looks toward the future, the example set by the Princess Royal, of substance over style and duty over drama, may well prove to be the more enduring legacy. The Anne and Tim signature is a small ink mark on a piece of paper, but it draws a definitive line in the sand regarding what it means to be royal in the modern age.